Now we will look at the next type of energy source, that is petroleum or mineral oil. Petroleum, that is also called as mineral oil. Petroleum is a Latin word which made from the petrol meaning rock and oleum means oil. This means in short it is the petroleum is a oil obtained from the rocks and particularly sedimentary rocks. So it is also called by the name mineral oil. Technically, if you take a look at petroleum is inflammable liquid, and here it is composed of hydrocarbons, and these hydrocarbons constitute of 90 to 95% of petroleum, and remaining is chiefly compounds containing oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. So in petroleum we are having 90 to 95% of hydrocarbons which works as inflammable liquid, and because of that only the petroleum is one of the versatile oil used all over the world. And here we shall study about in detail why it is called as the versatile and what are its important usages. So take a look at here the usages of petroleum. The first one, petroleum's main use, as it is inflammable and combustible, it is used in locomotive power, running the motors. And because of the petroleum there was a revolution into the transportation system everywhere, that is on land also, air and water. On land we can see the vehicles of two-wheelers and the four-wheelers and all heavy vehicles runs onto the land are powered by petroleum. Air, aeroplanes, aircrafts, and on water, ships. So everywhere wherever there are motors, especially these all works because of the use of petroleum. So that's why it is called as revolutionized transportation. It can easily be transported from the producing areas to the consuming areas with the help of tankers and more conveniently by the pipelines. As it is in the liquid form, it is very easy to transport from the production area to the consumer areas through the any type, especially by the pipelines, by the tankers and any other means. On the other hand, it emits very little smoke and leaves no ash, because 90% what we burn, it is just fully utilized to convert it into energy. So up to the last drop of this petroleum we can use it to produce an energy. That is a best point of petroleum. And sometimes, or most of the important point of this one is, it is used as a lubricating agent, and it is also used as an important raw material for the petrochemical products. So it is not only used to produce the energy, but on the other hand it is used as a raw material in some of the industries. Take a look at the industries where it is used as a raw material, so we can understand that it is also the source of many products like petrol, kerosene, diesel oil, paraffin, wax, Vaseline and benzene. And somewhere it is also used to make paints, medicines, plastics and fertilizers. And somewhere in chemical industries it is used as raw material. So these are the usages of petroleum we have, and this is a revolutionized energy source for the 21st century or modern era. Distribution of petroleum all over India. In 1867, in northeastern part of Assam, oil was first discovered. It was a place of Makum. That was just the beginning of finding out petroleum or oil in India, that is in Assam, Makum. Nowadays we can see there are varieties of places in India where we can get the petroleum. Next one, onto the western coast of India, nearby Mumbai, it is called as Mumbai High, a offshore oil field located away from the mainland of India in the Arabian Sea, that is called as Mumbai High. Gujarat, the places are Ankleshwar, Koyal, Kalol, then Dokla, Jamnagar, Mehsana. So these are the places in Gujarat where there are petroleum wells. Getting back to once again to the northeastern part here. In Assam, we have some kind of wells or the places where the petroleum is widely accepted or find out, that is Naharkatia, Moran, Digboi, then Rudrasagar, Nurmati. These are some of the important places in India where we can find out petroleum. This is how the petroleum in India is distributed all over the. Now just take a look at the major oil fields in India. Broadly speaking, there are two types of oil fields. One is onshore and second is offshore oil field. We will study about where these are and what are its importance. So the important onshore oil fields in northeastern India is, you can take a look at the map and inland of India. Look at this map, the northeastern part, Assam. Here we can see the important one is Digboi, and Digboi is one of the oldest oil field that has started in 1866, and this one is important from the map work of point of view, because in the map work you need to show sometimes the oldest oil field in India. Some other places in Assam are Naharkatia, Maran, then Rudrasagar, Galeki, Hugrijan, Anguilla fields, Bapapung, Hanspong, and Mosimpur. So most of this Assam has good number of onshore oil fields. Then some other oil fields are located in Andhra Pradesh too. Just take a look at this one. These are Nigroi oil fields near Kharsang Tirap in Arunachal Pradesh. Then somewhere in Nagaland too we have, and Assam too. In Nagaland there is a Borbolla. Broadly speaking, the northeastern part of India has a good number of petroleum, and that is called as onshore. Now offshore, just little bit far away from the shore of Arabian Sea, here are some of the oil fields. Just take a look at offshore oil fields. After getting the idea about onshore oil fields in northeastern part, now some more oil fields located on onshore but towards western side, and these are mostly important one located in Gujarat, that is Ankleshwar, and this is the largest one in the Khambat basin. After that we have Kalol Navgam, Kosamba, Kothana, Wawel, Barkol, Dholka, then Mehsana, then Kadi, then Ahmedabad, and Sanand fields. So these are the areas in Gujarat where there are oil fields. Getting back to the South India, in South India too there are some onshore oil fields, especially these can be found out in Godavari and Krishna basins, Godavari and Krishna basins, and these are what the now new perspectives